Good morning. Rise and shine.
And when it all comes tumbling down right now, we got. When it all comes tumbling down right now, we got. You know it's bad when your shoes start talking. On the way to school, they be clapping while you're walking. You're bopping with a lean, trying to stop the applause. And meanwhile, people watching while you cursing out God. And now I need some mouthwash, cause it ain't God's fault. I mean, I suffer penalties when the fall start. Is this a poverty mentality that follows me? Cause I'm gonna be the only black little boy without no wallabies. And I swear it's no place like home. Click, click. Back then it was never cool to be a misfit. Mama said do good in school or I'ma trip quick. All I wanted was some new kicks, but instead of that, all I got was joy. Black girl, black boy, yeah, we got joy. And if it all comes tumbling down right now, we got joy. Black girl, black boy, yeah, we keep joy. And if it all comes tumbling down right now, we got joy.
Young Fogalicious, had to leave my mama house and do my father business. You can't take me out to London, I'll burn all the bridges. Me and Master watching Top Boy started saying in it, I wanna make 100 mil just to say I did it. At being realistic, it's an insult to God, I'ma be different. I know the devil likes to tempt you with mad riches.
Hello beautiful people, I'm so excited for today's video. We are talking all things success habits, which is honestly one of my favorite things to talk about because I believe that every single choice we make, small, big, throughout our days and how we spend our time really shows where our priorities are, and it really accumulates to make us who we are and get us to where we're going. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the things that I do on a regular basis, not necessarily on a daily basis, because I know sometimes these videos can also be a little bit discouraging if you don't have the capacity to wake up at 5 a.m. and do 7 things before your kids wake up or before, 8 a.m. I know that that's not necessarily my approach to building my success habits. This video is definitely meant to encourage you to take small actions throughout your day to help build a healthier overall life, a better business, and to just be happier. And I am so excited to be partnering with GoDaddy on this video because aside from having used GoDaddy for several years now, they are just all about empowering the everyday entrepreneur. And I know all about how challenging entrepreneurship can be and how much time it can take, how much energy it can soak up. And so I'm really excited to be partnering with them on this video and on a video on their channel. I was a guest for GoDaddy's Newsfeed series where we talked all about video marketing for small businesses, and I shared a lot of tips on how to tell your business's story, how to incorporate video into your marketing, and just overall the impact that video can have on your business. So please go and watch that video. I will link it in the description box because it's pretty short and sweet, but it is loaded with information. So thank you so much GoDaddy for having me and for partnering with me on this video. Now let's get into some more success habits. Okay, so this is what I'm wearing today. I do like to wear something that's gonna make me feel good, but also is comfortable. So you will not catch me at home like dressed in my best clothes, but I also try not to wear sweats every single day just because it really makes me too like sluggish and loungy. And I feel like when I get dressed, at least like dressed decently, I'm a bit more or a lot more productive. So I'm gonna put a little bit of makeup on today and then go downstairs and get the day started. Started on work, I do like to tidy up, and I like to make sure I do this the night before so that I can wake up to a fresh start, because I really do think that the way we end the day has a big impact on how we start the day. But for today, I am washing all the dishes this morning and just making sure that our space is tidy, because when our home is clean, I can think so much clearer and I just feel so much better.
To me, hey, memories, well, you'll remember me.
I'm fixing us a little bit of breakfast. Sometimes we just have a smoothie or some fresh pressed juice for breakfast, but I do like to get the day started with something relatively healthy.
But I think I'm gonna take the lead this time. Oh no, shit, maybe.
Okay, it is time to work. And the very first thing, you guys know this, that I do every day is write out my top 3. So let's go ahead and get that going. 3 for today are edit a YouTube video, do an eBrand Club outline for next week's live lesson, and then clear my inboxes. I have quite a few emails that I need to attend to. So these are definitely gonna take me most of the day, so let's get started. Okay, so I grabbed some Starbucks. I don't really drink coffee. Actually, I hardly ever drink coffee, but when I am editing and when I do need to get a lot done, I do drink a cup here and there. But I wanted to pop in and just let you guys know how important it is to be locked into one task at a time. And when it comes to just gaining success and, you know, being more productive, the biggest thing that stops us from doing that is distractions. And I have even noticed for myself, as a very faithful procrastinator and just someone who is very easily distracted, that if I lock into one task at a time and even put my phone on do not disturb or put it in another space, or, you know, just turn off all of my, like turn my Wi-Fi off on my computer if I'm editing, just to make sure that I'm just totally locked in, and it allows me to get in a state of flow and to actually complete tasks a lot faster. And so I had just noticed that, like, when I might write my top 3 down, and then I may, you know, go run and do something like put a load of laundry in or tidy up in the other room, and then I come back in and I've lost track, and then I get on my phone and then I scroll Instagram for a second, and then my mom might call me to update me on something, and it's 2 hours later and I still haven't completed anything. So I know that, you know, there are all these things that you can do to be more successful, and like you can wake up in the morning and read and meditate and do all these great things, which I'm not saying is not important. It's very important. But I'm saying a big thing that's stopping people from being more successful and getting more done is simply not focusing. And you are, you know, so like used to being distracted that getting in a state of focus is harder and harder to do. So that being said, I like to work either, you can do this 2 ways, either in time blocks. So you can say, okay, I'm gonna spend 1 hour or even 30 minutes of undistracted time working on this task. Then I'm gonna take a 10-minute break to, I don't know, go get a glass of water, maybe have small talk with my husband, and then come back in and get restart the task. Now, what I won't recommend is doing break activities that are going to be extremely long and pull you all the way out of your focused state. So it's not smart to, you know, this is something that you really want to pay attention to yourself with, and just make sure that you're not pulling yourself too far out to where you're not able to lock back in. Other way you can do it is to complete one whole task at a time. So if you need to edit a video, like I'm editing a video right now, I had to run an errand, so I really didn't start much before I left. And now I'm about to start and really lock in because I don't have a lot of time to finish this video. So I'm gonna finish the whole video before I do anything else. And that is a big way for me to just make sure I check things off of my list. pop my phone on do not disturb. And this is, you know, this is something where you do have to establish boundaries. Just because my phone rings, I do not always answer it. I don't care who it is, unless they're calling multiple times, or if it's truly an emergency, then they're gonna call my husband. So I just want you guys to know that you can see all these videos and do all these things that people tell you to do, or even that you see me doing, and things that work for myself. But ultimately, for one, you need to figure out what works the best for you, and two, start practicing focused work. So that's what I'm about to do. And trust me, it is easier said than done. Like, I still have a hard time like focusing, and that is why it's so important to continuously practice, to focus, and to really dig deep within yourself to avoid distraction. So anyway, that's my spiel. Now let me get back to work.
Tell me how to get this way, doing things I can't explain. Tell me why you're in my dreams when I know that you're not good for me.
So my office usually looks pretty trash by the end of the day. This is not the worst that it has gotten, but I am going to start tidying up. I have kind of released myself from feeling like I have to work really late into the night, and I do prioritize rest and family time and cooking dinner and just, you know, living my life outside of work. So I am just clearing out my office, clearing off the desk, and making sure that when I come down here in the next morning, it's nice and clean and I can just get right to work. This is a great habit that I've started, and I'll flip my top 3 notebook page to the next page as well, so I can just write it down the next morning. So now the day is winding down. I am an avid fall asleep on the coucher, so I'm trying to break that habit and just come upstairs when I feel myself getting tired. And I like to run our diffuser at night, so I'm putting a little bit of water in there and dropping some SINUS and sleep essential oils into the diffuser. And I do find that it helps me get a little bit more relaxed and sleep a little bit better, I guess. But beyond anything, I just really like how it smells. So now I'm getting in bed, and I do keep my notebook and my book on my nightstand so that it's easy access. But I am writing down a few sentences about what happened today. And Cameron, my husband, actually put me onto this because he did this for me the year that we got engaged. He documented the entire year and wrote like a sentence or two down. And I wept. And it's just so cool to look back and be able to see or read some of the things that you did on a day-to-day basis. So I am establishing this as a new habit, actually. I've just started doing this, but I think it's a really cool way to kind of document without, you know, full out journaling and like journaling pages and pages, when writing just isn't necessarily something I like to do. But I do think it's really important to document things that go on in our lives so we can look back and see our progress. So I'm just writing a few sentences about today, and then I'm going to go to sleep. So I just want you guys to know that success in the first place is determined by what you want out of life. It is not something that I can even tell you what makes your life successful. And so when you're building these habits, you really want to think about the overall lifestyle that you are looking to have and build your habits around that. And for me, you know, I want to build a life of wealth, of health, of happiness, of family. And so my habits have kind of centered around those things. And I'm still working on building more habits, better habits. There are things that I don't include in my days enough that I would like to. And so I just want to encourage you guys to, you know, take this video, but take what you need from it. And even if you can make one better decision or try to build one new healthy habit a month, then that's a good start. You don't have to do everything at one time. I didn't want you guys to think that, you know, I have this perfect routine, because every day it's a bit different. So the success that you are looking to create for your life needs to determine the habits that you create for your everyday. And you know, I think that that's the best way to go about building the success habits that you desire. So for me, the main things that I like to do per day is at least read a little bit, even if I just read for 15 minutes in the morning. I do like to eat something healthy a day, and I really like to make sure that I'm taking breaks and taking time to just kind of process, you know, things and not overwhelm myself. Lastly, I just want you to know that when it comes to building habits, it's also not always about creating new habits, but it's sometimes reversing bad habits that you have, and that's also a big part of success. So I love you guys. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you again to GoDaddy for partnering with me on this video. Please don't forget to go check out the video on video marketing for small businesses, where I share so many great tips on how to maximize the use of video for your brand. All right, you guys, I love you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.